Everyday myself, I never change. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do whatever, get you paid. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I still low. Got 100 different to my cell phone. Still 33 for low. I'ma ride to my dog sitting in jail. It's that ladder on the grass, spin it back, roll. I'm on Keller, I'm on.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We should have a good one on tap here today. It's the Jaguars coming in at 4-3, going up against the Bengals, who come in at 5-2.
Larry, the fans in teal and black are ready to lock down the bank as you get a look inside Everbank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Here's Corey Graham at a return. It's Leonard Fournette. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that.
Here we go.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
Watch left. Tight end to the left. Tight end left.
Now Bortles. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Fielded at the 20. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Two times. Hey, hurry up. Here we go. Boom, landed. 4 down.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now the rookie from Oklahoma, it's Joe Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Again, it's Mixon. And he powers his way up past the 30. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right?
And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's third down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
He'll look to throw. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Single, got a single in the slot, Now let's go. Boo, landed. Gun.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, then maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry, and now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
Green, 30.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Bortles. Being chased out left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
4 down. Alert.
On second down, here's Fournette. And now running right through it. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
I love it. A scout told me that with his running style, this guy's always the hammer, never the nail, but also has the ability to break it off big, too.
I was on the field for a game he had last year at LSU, and there were some college boys warming up, and then Leonard Fournette walked in. He is a man.
Full blown.
From midfield, here's Bortles. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. The rookie from Kansas State, Jordan Willis, and that's going to make it 4th down.
As aggressive as Cincinnati is on defense, I was surprised that they only had 33 sacks last season.
Yeah, bottom half of the NFL.
I think that helped contribute to them not making the playoffs. Remember, they had a nice little run going. That's the first time they missed in the last 6.
And getting our first update now from Nashville. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. They'll look to throw here. To the left side here for Eifert. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Single. Set.
In motion right here, Boyd. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Here we go now.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a 1st down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Left. Watch left. Now let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
3 down. Watch right there. Now let's go.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This one out to the rookie. It's Joe Mixon. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Tight end right. Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before but didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
Outside coming. We got 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Man left. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Ready. Black 58, rail. Kill. Ace. Hey, turn it up.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. Airing it out for Hearns. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 52 yards.
Black 58, rail. Black 58, rail. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Fournette, a first down carry. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. Second down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Single. Hey, watch number 5, watch number 5. Here we go now. Green 39. Hey, defense, let's go.
Bortles to throw on second down. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Watch the screen. Ready. Green 90. 57. Green 90. 57 the mic. Ace. Slant. Watch the slant.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the first. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. Here on first down.
Just like that.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And some extras coming up on the line here, ready for the blitz.
Black 58 rail.
Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
Hey, that's the way to finish. That's the way to finish. In your face.
And it's good to make it 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And it's gets a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Reminder later tonight, a good one down in Miami. It'll be the Raiders and the Dolphins. A lot of playoff history between those two in the 70s.
Yeah, there sure is.
And then tomorrow night, we wrap up Week 9, the unofficial halfway point of the season with the Lions and Packers from Lambeau.
Watch tight end.
Over! Back 99, Philly, here we go. Hurry up, here we go. Gun.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
Blitz, they're coming. Crash. Woo! Yeah, baby. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And some room to run now. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Watch tight end. Tight right.
Here we go now. Detroit. All right, here we go.
Now they run with Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. And now the offense operates in the red zone.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Set. 319.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Double tight.
Here we go now.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
We got three.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Throw. Ace. Slam.
Again, it's Fournette. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
And Leonard Fournette impressing there with that run. It's hard to believe that no Jacksonville Jaguar has broken 1,000 yards since Maurice Jones-Drew in 2011. I think Leonard Fournette could be that guy.
Even with the ankle injury last year at LSU, still averaged 6.5 yards per carry.
And absolutely intimidated opposing defenses. A lot of
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Jordan Evans with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7.
You see me? They can't stop me out here. Woo! That's what I'm talking about, boy.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Here's Brad Nortman now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, 2nd quarter in Nashville. Making a full 2-touchdown lead now for the Titans. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Now let's go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
No,
And
Jack,
he maybe
Patriot,
makes it back
Patriot.
to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Set. 3-19.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. To Mixon on the check down. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Here we go now.
Green will come in motion right.
3-19. No. Check. Patriot.
All day, dog.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Stay on the slot. Ready.
Bortles now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
A pistol. It's Fournette. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Bortles. And that's complete to Lewis. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end. And his first carry, he loses the football. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The fumble, but they're able to maintain possession. Now it's second down.
Here we go. Blue. 4 down, 4 down. Z. Slow.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage, look defensively.
Green, 90. Black 58, rail.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. Now he'll escape to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Bortles going to throw. Going up top. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. On the NFL scoreboard, second quarter in Nashville. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top as we send you downstate to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Going deep downfield. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals have got it back to a 1-score game. And that one makes it 14-7. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go. Slow.
Now a play fake here on first down. Now he's is hit, and Bortles fumble. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here we go.
On second down, here's Bortles. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Man left, man left. Ace, ace. Ziggy, 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards.
This is caught inside the 15. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Black 58 rail. Ready, green, ace.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Watch out. Black 58 rail. Black ace. Slow. Here we go.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
3 down. Here we go. Green. Let's go, crowd. Let's go.
Shotgun now for Bortles. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So you wonder what's going on in that head right about now. That's 2 missed field goals for him now, and this one should have been no problem.
For an NFL kicker, you're thinking 97, 98% from this distance, and this one somehow fails to go through. And that's 3 points you just absolutely have to count on getting.
Caught Eifert over the middle. And down he'll go at the 25. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Motion. Watch you now, Barney.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati 1st down.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage, and that's exactly what he got done there.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Let's go. 3. Watch you now, Barney. Barney. Over. Here we go now. Detroit.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. On the toss, Mixon. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Watch tight.
Watch him now, Barney. All right, here we go. 3-19. Back 99.
4 down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. They find some open field here. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Hey, right, Roger.
Set.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, complete. It's Ross. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Partner, I was there at the Combine when John Ross ran the 4.22 40 and just lit up the entire place, and that's all we were talking about. But when you watched him on tape, you saw his ability to separate with his route running, not just pure speed.
By the way, that 4.22 40, that's the fastest ever recorded, is it not?
Fastest.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And in this rain, they were nice and cautious there on the extra point try, and that caution was well warranted as this game is tied. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They'll roll him out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
Black 58 rail.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Oh, yeah.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
Here we go. Blue 45.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I would dare say that these guys will have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. That's taken on the 25. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Back now in Jacksonville. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the... Little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a second and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And the young bucks showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Defense showing blitz.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Set! Back to throw here. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. The offense on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Here we go now. Blue landed.
They'll look to throw here. Being chased out left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. So now Randy Bullock with an important field goal try here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And Bullock will put this one through. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front, but then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out, and you think, I don't know that field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
Now the return, Rashad Green. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Green 39.
Bortles to throw on second down. Flushed out right. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time, and it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. To throw, it's Bortles. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened, because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
They go play action here on first down. Steps away to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Man left, man left.
Now let's go.
A toss play to Mixon. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And he's got room.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Here we go. 3-19. Leopard.
Six guys. Check six
Leopard.
They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So a challenge is upon us. I tell you, close game, 4th quarter. This is a huge decision.
Oh, no doubt about that, partner. A lot has to be riding on this call. And you know it is a tight one because it has to be indisputable visual evidence in order to change it. Now here's the big question. Do they actually have that evidence?
About to find out. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Corey Grant, 84 yards. And the Jaguars have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
This is the 4th quarter, partner, and everyone's looking for a hero in the 4th quarter. They just found theirs.
Yeah, so much for the offense coming out, trying to mount that go-ahead drive. They get it right there on the punt return.
And a punt return play can change the momentum so many different ways and maybe put a team in command.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals getting set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
his position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here we go now.
Back to throw. Green with a catch left side. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 32-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Hey.
Here we go now. Blue, legg79's Philly. Here we go. Watch him now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here.
Crash.
Now let's go. Blue, 90.
Mixon. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Back to throw. Dancing to, and he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jeff Driscoll with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the 4th. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They're on to the 4th quarter now, by the way, Bank of America Stadium in Carolina. And really pouring it on now are the Falcons. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. Bullock out now to kick this one away. To return it is Corey Grant. And now out come the Jags. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Left, move.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
Ace. Tight. Watch left.
They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. And he's brought down. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. First down now, but that clock rolling.
And remember, field goal doesn't look good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. The Jaguars on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Watch that end, tight end right. Here we go now. Green, 39.
Back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys
I'm a little skeptical
about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it,